Texting and drinking is never a good idea. We've all done it, and we've all regretted it. The drunken texts you forgot you sent. Prospectors collected them in Texticated on Rock 107.
From area code 602, Phoenix, Arizona. She's in my pool, wearing only floaties on her arms. I'll have to rain check watching March Madness with you guys. Sorry. From the 202, Washington, D.C. Remember when we were mad at her for bringing her mom on spring break? Well, she just won the wet t-shirt contest. I think we owe her an apology.
You hit send, and we hit the floor laughing in Texticated on Rock 107.
Springfield, Illinois, 217. Just watched a Uni fan at the bar lick the tears off a KU's fan's face. See what March Madness does to people? Area code 651, St. Paul, Minnesota. Professor came back from spring break missing a tooth.
Proof that booze and cell phones don't mix in Texticated on Rock 107.
From the 856, Camden, New Jersey. I'll have my hookups make my March Madness picks. Win my bracket, win my heart. That's how it works, right? And from Baltimore, Maryland, area code 301. Let's get her a shirt that says, I went to Key West for spring break, and all I got was this illegitimate child.
Hey, we found him in your telephone in Texticated on Rock 107.
How long have I had these? I wonder if they've always stunk and no one says anything. Is that why the dog never lays on the couch anymore? How is it that we can't detect our own stink? Oh, there's a spring cleaning list online. Change batteries in the smoke detectors. Oh yeah, you don't want that ear-piercing chirping going off. Why do they always go off in the middle of the night, never during the day? It says to clean my screens and windows. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Replace the air conditioner filter. Huh, have I ever done that? And for the rest of my spring cleaning, I'll do what I always do. Toss stuff in the closet that I rarely go in. I toss these pillows in there, but I don't want to stink it up. Oh, man.
And that was another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
And now it's time for another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
March Madness and my brackets are already busted. I can't watch another Cinderella ruin my bracket. Let's see what else is on here. Oh, pay-per-view.
Notice, but
MILF Madness. Yep, that'll work.
And that was another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
News that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Today is National Viagra Day and International Whiskey Day, which is basically like saying it's National Batman Day and International Joker Day. Scarlett Johansson may be in the next Jurassic World movie. I can't wait to see those thunderous monsters bounding around the jungle. Oh, and the dinosaurs should be cool too. Betting on March Madness is expected to reach $2.7 billion this year, and that's just by Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
So the collapse of that bridge in Baltimore yesterday is freaky to me. But I'm already sick of people yapping about, well, how crappy was that bridge built? The Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore must have been built pretty bad if it came tumbling down like that. Honestly, the collapse of a bridge like this after being hit by a heavy cargo ship, it was really as unsurprising as it is devastating. Any bridge would have been in serious danger from a collision like that. A large container ship would not have to be traveling very fast to have such an impact, one that the bridge was simply not engineered to withstand. In video imagery, the ship can be seen losing electrical power, then briefly regaining it before going completely dark. As the ship veers to the right, it goes directly towards the bridge structural support. Now, the rudder may have gotten stuck in a position that caused the ship to be uncontrollable. In fact, they issued a mayday signal that stopped most traffic on the bridge and probably saved a lot of lives. When a vessel as heavy as the Singapore flag Dali collides with such a force against one of the span's super columns or piers, the result is the type of catastrophic, heartbreaking chain reaction that took place early Tuesday. Seriously, Let's just use our math and science for a second. If you think any structure can stand up to 90 plus tons crashing into it at any speed, well, do the math. That's a mind-boggling amount of force. We're talking about, and even at just 5 miles an hour, a force that equals nearly 1 billion foot-pounds of force. 1 billion! Don't get me started when those numbers get up to 10 miles an hour. That's 1.9 billion foot-pounds of sheer power. For comparison, picture this. A behemoth of a truck, fully loaded 18-wheeler blasting down Interstate 81 at 70 miles an hour. Sounds hefty, right? We've all seen the damage that they can do. That's a puny 1.7 million foot-pounds compared to the force with which that ship slammed into the bridge. Bridges work by transferring the load they carry, the cars, trucks, trains, whatever, through their support beams and onto columns and piles struck deep into the ground. When you got a support that gets obliterated, it's like pulling the rug out from under the whole darn thing. Of course, they're going to come crashing down like a ton of bricks. If the column's destroyed, basically the structure's going to fall down. It's really not possible to redistribute the loads. They weren't designed for these kind of things, especially these kinds of bridges, these through truss bridges like that. Now, of course, they have protective barriers, which they call dolphins, around the bridge, and the dolphins are there to protect the support beams. But look, newsflash. Ships back in the day, when they built this bridge, weren't as mammoth or as speedy as they are now, nor was shipping traffic as crazy as what we have today. I am sure we're going to take some lessons from this and maybe decide to retrofit older structures with more of those protective dolphins than they were originally built with or something. So before you go blaming the builders of the bridge itself, take a step back and think about the sheer force we are dealing with here. It's like trying to stop a freight train with a feather. It ain't going to happen.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A woman on Staten Island accidentally threw out her wallet, but sanitation workers sifted through a mountain of garbage and got it back to her. She realized it was gone before the truck emptied its load. Otherwise, it would have been a lot harder to find.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
9 to 5, no repeat workday at Rock 107, your bingo bash station. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and there, I said it. Sometimes you just say something, you get it off your chest, you go, there, I said it. No politics, no important stuff, though. Like to me, cinemas should give an exact start time of the movie that you're going to so you can skip the trailers if you want to. There, I said it. Or if I can subscribe online, I should be able to cancel online. I shouldn't have to call or walk into some building to cancel. If I got there that way online, I should be able to get out online, too. There, I said it. What about you? What are your strong opinions about maybe trivial topics? No politics, nothing important like that. Give me yours. All right, that's what I want to know. Lacey Joe checking in on Facebook.com/Angry Prospector. Cereal should come in a resealable bag. There, I said it. On to the rock lines, George in West Wyoming, Rock 107. What do you got?
So if PennDOT forces you to get your car inspected to be safe on Pennsylvania roads, you should be able to back charge them for any damage sustained to your vehicle while you're driving on Pennsylvania roads.
So, pothole damage, boom, PennDOT pays for that, right?
Right.
There, I said it, right? Tom, stop putting directions on shampoo bottles. And Michael, checking in on my Facebook.com/Angry Prospector. Stop using first annual when it should be inaugural. Mike, I've been fighting that fight for decades. Good luck to you, brother. Open mic on the Rock 107 app. We got one. There, I said it.
Prospector, McDonald's breakfast should be all day. There, I said it.
I agree. There, I said it. Dave, if you don't return the shopping cart to the corral, you should be sentenced to a Turkish prison. And Rick, daylight saving time needs to go away. No more changing the clocks. Spring forward, then just leave it forever. There, I said it. On to the rock lines, Anthony in Scranton. There, I said it. Rock 107. What do you got?
I believe Narcan shouldn't be free if EpiPens, insulin, and chemo aren't free. So there, I said it.
Hoover, Rock 107's afternoon guy on my Facebook, says first day of deer season should go back to a Monday opener. There, I said it. And Jonathan, check it in, Facebook.com/Angry Prospector. Naming a vehicle or musical instrument is horrible. Calling a vehicle she is gag-inducing. Stop it. There, I said it.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Today is National Viagra Day and International Whiskey Day, which is basically like saying it's National Batman Day and International Joker Day. Scarlett Johansson may be in the next Jurassic World movie. I can't wait to see those thunderous monsters bounding around the jungle. Oh, and the dinosaurs should be cool too. Betting on March Madness is expected to reach $2.7 billion this year. And that's just by Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.